guys, this is Aamaris, and in this video I will be showing you the artwork for my homemade DDR mat. So just a quick disclaimer, I had some trouble with my recording software early on, which would just stop recording without any indication, so some parts of the sketching and line art process may skip ahead. So as you can see, we're starting with the sketch. And for my mat, I decided to use a character that I created for the post-apocalyptic world that I do most of my fine art in. And she's dope because she rides a bear. Yes. I did my sketching in Photoshop, then I switched to Manga Studio for the line art portion because it has a great stabilization capability when you're doing your line art. So the line art is finished, and now it's time to color. I'm laying out the basic background color scheme in Photoshop and then moving into Corel Painter just to blend it all together. And I probably could have used Photoshop for all of these steps, but I find Corel's blending tools to be just lovely and intuitive, so I always jump there to blend stuff together. And also, I'm not sure if I'm saying the name of the program correctly. I don't know if it's Corel or Corel. Let me know in the comments below if you know how to pronounce it. After getting an idea of the color scheme for the background, now I'm just playing around with the placement of the shadows. I'm definitely not a master at lighting and shadows, so this part is always a little bit challenging. After I laid in some general shadows, I decided that I wanted to play around with cell shading as opposed to smooth transitions between light and dark. Since I was doing that, I thought I would practice flatting, which is the process of laying in areas of color when creating comic art. So here you can see that I'm making selections that will become flat areas of color that I will then use to make masks that will allow me to color those areas neatly and quickly. I chose semi-random colors for the flats because I don't have a definite color scheme for this character as of yet. But later on they seemed to mostly work out because the background color ended up unifying everything. Alright, so the flats are done. As an experiment, I put the background color layer on top of the flats and then messed around with the layer blending modes, which ended up looking really nice. Then I moved on to the lighting, which again is a kind of challenging. So I'm using the blending modes again to illuminate the figures and then add some brightness to her gas mask and the light bulb on her staff. So here I'm redoing the shadows to try and make them look more cel shaded. And I go through this process a couple of times until I get something that I'm happy with. So here I'm attempting to refine the lighting a bit more and adding some reflected lighting to the figures. Here I made a selection around the line art so that I could really push some of the illumination and color the lines directly. But of course I did this on a separate layer because girl, you know I love my layers. Now I'm just detailing and refining the art and adding wispy stuff and trying to figure out what to do with the bear. Here I decide to play around with maybe adding some texture. I add texture by making whatever texture I'm using a clipping mask and painting it in using black and white. And hopefully I'm using the right term when I say clipping mask. Obviously this is not a tutorial right now, so I won't go into detail about what that means and how to do it. And I also use some of the brushes I have to add texture as well. I have a lot of brushes, guys. A lot of brushes. So here I'm messing around with the smoke and just really trying to figure out what to do about it. So here, just touching up the bear, trying to see what I want to do with him. He's being difficult. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to finish off the background. Okay, so now I'm detailing the arrows that the character has scratched into the ground because obviously she's going to be doing DDR, magical DDR apparently, with that light coming out of the arrows in the post-apocalyptic future. She's going to have her DDR guys. Now just doing some finishing touches, playing around with maybe changing the coloring of the bear and things like that before I get into making the arrows. Before I started the artwork, I made a grid that would help me to lay out all of the steps on my mat. And now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the steps. And when I first started, I had made this really intricate circuit design for the arrows because I thought I was going to do the design of the arrows all in copper, which ended up not happening, as you can see. And so now I'm just designing how I want the steps to look. And I will be using blending modes in order to make those really flow very well with the background. And I'm pretty much done. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already. And if you have any questions about this video or the process, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Hi everybody!
Hello! Thanks for watching our video. And if you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button below and subscribe for more Little Nerdy Axe action in the future. Also, don't forget to leave any comments and share it with your friends. We will see you next time. See you later, Space Cowboy.
Boom, you got that one.